here to remember David Lynch. George taught a director's course, which included a unit focusing on David Lynch, who passed away yesterday at the age of 78. Hello again, George.
Hello. The first thing I wanted to say about Lynch, other than the words coffee, cherry pie, and donuts, which floated through my head the moment I heard he'd gone. I mean, it's so associated with Twin Peaks. But it reminded me that though Lynch has had an immense influence on film, I would say that his greatest lasting contribution has been to the landscape of television. I would contend that every weird show that has come on TV since the early 90s owes something to Twin Peaks. I think it broke the mold in ways that no other show dramatically has equaled. And strange as Twin Peaks was in the early 90s, it was an unexpected hit. It was a show that everyone was talking about. But the idea of combining a police investigation in a small town with all of these surreal, strange elements, and a director who could seemingly do anything dreamlike that he wanted to do within a story that seemed to be structured in a different way. It just suddenly woke television creators up to all of the unexplored possibilities. Another thing that needs to be said, I think Lynch was one of the first directors, and I'm thinking of his film style as much as TV, to realize and explore just how completely weird and frightening suburbia is.
I love how you framed all of that, because I still will watch some David Lynch like Blue Velvet, and then you go, what? And then right when you think you might have figured something out, it goes somewhere else, and yet you're still riveted.
Right. Right.
I want to play you a clip of an interview that Lynch gave about filmmaking. Here it is.
Sure.
You know, they call it a film business, but money is the last thing a person should be thinking about in my book. The last thing. You fall in love with ideas, and you get fired up, and you go and you try to translate those ideas into cinema. And it's a beautiful, beautiful journey. And so it has nothing to do with any kind of career. It has to do with the loving of doing.
Do you think, George, that attitude helped free his creativity, and that's what led to, as you put it, so much awesome and weird work?
Well, yes. I mean, I think even if there are directors whose work means more to me than David Lynch, I would say as an artist, there's nobody I'd put ahead of him in terms of, I mean, that voice you just heard, what an instantly beguiling, enchanting voice. It's just so pure. It's so direct. It's so completely unbound up with expectations of what a commercially minded or sensible or business-driven relation to art is. Yes, he remained a child, I think, in all of the best ways. Someone once said that as adults, we never keep all the things that we had as children inside us. I think David Lynch is an exception. He managed to do that. And that, I mean, I hear his voice and I think, man, he may be the best storyteller, no matter as a speaker, that any director has ever been. He also had an interesting statement about what movies are that we might want to throw in here. He said, well, film is really voyeurism. You sit there in the safety of the theater, and seeing is such a powerful thing. And we want to see secret things. We really want to see them, new things. It drives you nuts, you know. And the more new and secret they are, the more we want to see them. Well, I mean, just those few sentences, I read them and I want to see it, a David Lynch experience immediately.
Well said, as always, George. Thank you very much for being with us this morning. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Right. Take care.
George Toles is a distinguished professor at the University of Manitoba. He taught a director's course that had an entire unit focused on David Lynch. David Lynch died yesterday at the age of 78 due to his ongoing battle with emphysema.